Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, for a change, we are going to do another Valentine's design, but the change is that we're actually going to do a design on some press-on nails. So I'm going to walk you guys through a whole design on some press-on nails. So I've got Double Trouble from Madam Glam, and it's going to be our red today. I've got some nude, which is N17 from Cloud Beauty, my all-time favorite nude. If you're interested, that one you can get on AliExpress. Then we also have some white. This one is Snow White from Nail Nails, but literally any white will do, any nude and any red. And then we also have some red stamping polish that we're going to use later on too. To start off then, I sized up the nails to my hand, and I'm pretty much almost a perfect medium size. If you're into press-on nails, you would know what medium is. But for me, I've got 0 for the thumb, 5, 4, 5, and then an 8, although the pinky I could probably size up to a 7, to be honest, because I feel like the sides weren't fully covering. And I've already buffed the nails. You need to make sure you prep them properly. There's all sorts of different methods. I really like to just buff them. So I'll apply the tips onto my stand and I'll grab a buffing tool and I'll buff them. And then once that's done, I go ahead and apply a base coat. So you basically treat your press-on nails as if you are literally working on a real hand and doing all the steps to prep the nail bed. So now that that's done, the base coat has been cured. I am so sorry about the different color changes. I don't know what was happening. As I move my hand, the lighting gets warmer, then it gets a bit colder, the colors become a bit more pale. I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry, but it's gonna get better once we finish doing the base color. So right now I'm applying the nude across all of those nails, although I did a little mistake here. The pinky shouldn't have been a nude, it should be red, which is why we've got that Madam Glam gel polish out. But I noticed that later on when I start doing the V-shaped French tip, and that's when I have to switch it around. So if I was doing it for somebody, I'd probably either just completely restart the pinky, just because it will end up being a bit thick, but I ended up doing it for myself. So this design is for me to wear, so I don't mind having the pinky a little bit thicker than the other nails. So now that that's cured, I do go ahead and do a second layer of that nude. Look at that nude. It is stunning. It literally works with anything. It's the perfect nude shape. Not shape, shade. So now that that's done, you want to grab your white on a palette and grab yourself a nail art brush. I then did a little dot in the center of 3 nails because we're only going to do 3 of these nails. So that's on the thumb, the middle finger and the ring finger. And then where that middle dot is, right at the tip of the nail, you just want to drag your brush to the corner of the nail, creating a V shape. So I have to admit, at first when I don't really often do V-shaped Frenches, and it did look scary when I first started. I was worried that I'm not going to get the lines very straight or they're not going to be very symmetrical, but I have to admit, I had no issues. It just worked out well. I don't know if it was just my luck today or whether they literally are that easy and I was just overreacting and never wanting to do them because I thought they were hard. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. Have you guys done these kind of French tips? And do you find them easier than normal ones? Or are they harder? Let me know in the comments because I found it super, super easy. I think the trick is to have a really long nail art brush and it will just do the trick for you. I think if you've got a short one, you need to probably, you've got just more work to do, I reckon. So we are about to do the third one now, and then of course it's going to go into the lamp. Before then, this is the moment I noticed that I messed up a little bit on that pinky, so we are going in with the red in a second and we're gonna fix that right up. I do have some red glitter today that we're going to sprinkle onto the pinky. So that's why we needed that pinky all nice and red. The reason it needs to be red in the background is as you're wearing your press-on nails, since you're going to have a sugared nail, you want to have something similar to the coloured glitter that you've got, just in case through wear and tear, if the glitter starts coming off the nail, you want something still red in the background so it's not very noticeable. That's kind of why I'm going in with the red now. So I'm just doing 1 layer. Ideally, I would have done 2 if I didn't have the nude in the background. But like I said, this is completely for me. We are not selling these at all. So I don't mind myself if there's any issues. So there's the 1 layer. It's going to go into the lamp. It's all cured. And now using a glossy top coat, I'm going to apply the glitter onto the wet layer of the top coat. And this is another reason why you need to do on the top coat is because, again, if it kind of starts flaking off as your clients wear them, you've got a glossy top coat and there's no like sticky layer and no reason for any allergic reactions later on, or, you know, developing allergies or anything like that. If you're a regular on my channel, you know I quite often just sprinkle on the glitter on the wet layer of the coloured gel polish. That's simply because no one's wearing them. You know, I'm basically cutting down the time of doing the nails when I'm filming, but when I'm actually going to wear them, I will be doing it properly, and it is to sprinkle it on top of a top coat, a glossy top coat, or matte, I guess, but I don't think I've ever done it on a matte. I've always done it on a glossy. So now that that's done, here's our stamping plate. It's cute. It's called Love Is Collection. Plate number, I think it's either 6 or an 8. And I've actually used it a couple of times now in the process of doing Valentine's nails this year. And it's so nice. If you're in the market looking for some Valentine's plate, or if you're, you know, on a budget, you can't really afford too many, this is the one I'd pick up because it has the lips, it's got the hearts. I just found myself picking this one up very often, and yeah, just a lot of nice cute things. You've got at the top just outlines of hearts, you've got actual those sweetheart hearts that I've done a design already. I'm not sure which order I'm gonna upload everything, so it might be that you've already seen it, or if not, it is gonna come up soon. And of course, yeah, those lips, and yeah, it's just a really nice plate. I really like them. Mo London quite often do a lot of sales, so if you're on a budget, I'd wait a little while and just wait out for a sale, and then pick it up when it does pop up. So yeah, so there are a couple of different lip pieces, as you can see, and I'm just picking up all 3 and then just placing them in the corners of the nails. So I'm starting off bottom left, doing a middle one on the right hand side, and then the final one right at the top on the left hand side. And the lip size is kind of like slightly different, which is why the final lip that I place right at the top is usually the smallest one, and it happens to also be the smallest one on the plate, so that's perfect. And when I'm going down to the smaller size nails, so the middle finger and the ring finger, as you can see, I'm not placing the full lip on the whole nail because it will just cover up the whole thing. Obviously the thumb has more space, so I can stamp the whole lip on there, but since those nails are tinier, I'm just stamping half of the nail because I really want the kind of center to not be overwhelmed with lips, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm doing, and then here's my little lint-free wipe, and it's just got some acetone on there. This is stamping polish, so it just dries and I don't have to cure it. So using some acetone, it will just remove basically anything I don't need. So I'm going in with that because sometimes I might not notice that I've got something picked up on my stamper before stamping, and then it will transfer over and it will just cause little things on the nail that I don't want. So you can completely fix that super quick with just some acetone and a lint-free wipe. That's really nice. And of course, the background of our nails is gel that has been cured, so that tiny bit of acetone on the nail will not disturb your gel polish in the background. You need to soak the gel polish for a while for it to start coming off. So you're completely safe to apply the acetone on the nail. Of course, if you are using just regular polish on your nail and then stamping on top, you will not be able to use any acetone on top because you will remove the background colors that you've already placed. So now that that's done, time to bling these nails out. So I've just pinched the smallest sized red crystals onto my little, I don't know actually what it's called, but it's a lifesaver. If you don't have one, you should get one because it just flips your crystals upside down and it's a beauty. And now it's time to bling these out. So I didn't go too crazy today, just a very subtle amount of crystals. So on the nails that have got the lips, I'm popping on the small tiny little crystals, and only 3. And I'm basically placing it, so if I've got a lip on the left hand side, the crystal's going on the right hand side, and so on. So the thumb is done, we've got 2 more to do, and the last nail that we're going to apply crystals on is that, no, not ring finger, it's the index finger, there we go, almost forgot my fingers. And that one's going to have a bit more crystals, almost covering the whole nail. I had a little fun with the shaped red crystals that we've got in this little container, and I just kind of connected a couple of those crystals together to create a crystal placement, and then you're basically job done. So I'm about to finish this one off now. Now it's time for that index finger. I absolutely love having an accent crystal placement. I just love crystals. I always say that it feels like I've got jewelry on my fingers, and literally is how I feel. I just love them so much. During this Valentine's period, I am going to be doing more press-on nails. So if you are wanting to, you know, do your own nails on a budget, hopefully I'll kind of bring you guys a lot more new designs where they're a bit more maybe recreational or not as extra maybe, because of course when I do my long stiletto nails, some of them are quite wild and they're also super long, so that not always, it's a bit hard to kind of recreate on a smaller size nail beds, but these are going to be a bit more wearable and a bit more recreational. Of course, you know, some of them you might need the stamping plates, but some are going to be just completely done with gel polish and your nail art brushes, so as long as you've got those at home, you'll be able to recreate them. So I've placed a couple of these crystals down the center, just finishing it off with 2 crystals on and next to those large shaped crystals, and now it's time to top coat. So of course you want to go around the crystals, try as much as possible not to place the top coat on top of the crystals, because I believe that it just kind of like dims the crystals down, and you really don't want that, especially since I am not using real Swarovski here at all. The crystals that I'm using are from AliExpress, I believe. It's either AliExpress or Shein, one of those. So of course, you know, they're not as sparkly as it is, so obviously applying some top coat on it is just not the vibe. So here I was actually applying the top coat on the thumb and noticed I didn't cure the tiny little crystals, so I went in and did that now, so that's why we had a little transition. Now I'm just going to top coat the last 2, pop it into the lamp, and then I will apply these onto my right hand, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on my hand. I haven't done my cuticles or anything, so it's not going to look too perfect, but hopefully it gives you guys enough of an idea of what it would look like on your hand if you did end up wanting to recreate it. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, but the top coat I'm using today is from Neo Nails. I've been so in love with their stuff recently. They're in the UK, so it makes my order experience so much better because they come really quickly and they're quite affordable, to be honest. They're not that crazy. They do weekly picks, which reduces the price, which is really nice too. So yep, massive fan. And here are the final results. Here they are, all 4 nails. Here's the thumb. I think it's so cute, and if you have both hands done, oh, they're gonna look so cute on your date night with your beautiful red dress and everything. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.